All right. Track number 6. Because man, it's getting late. Track
It
number
is.
6. Auntie Diaries.
Oh
Auntie
yeah.
Diaries. Auntie Diaries. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. If this ain't the biggest cause he never calls his auntie gay. He never calls her a lesbian. He never does. He said some,
No.
but she liked, you know what I'm saying? She liked pussy. You know what I'm saying? Or she was whatever, whatever he said,
Yeah.
and but he never really addressed her as, who she really was. Wait, did he call her uncle in the song? Am I bugging? Did he
I'm kind of
never
wondering.
did he never
Did
call her his
he? No, no, no. He did call her his auntie.
okay,
Because he
okay, he
said
did.
he kept saying that his auntie was a man now. And I was
Oh
like,
yeah, my
okay.
auntie is a man now. Yeah, which is still not addressing who she is right now. You know what I'm saying? It's not addressing because you know what? Yeah, 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 yeah. That's what I wanted to say. Like with him saying that, he was saying he was never addressing the fact that she was gay. He was always addressing her as, oh, she's straight because she's a man and she's doing this. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Right. Yeah. I was going to say, in doing that, yeah. And
Yeah,
that's why I was like, okay. Like, this one was like, okay. I had to really listen and really, like, kind of play it back to see, okay, like, why is he, like, he's doing this in this way on purpose. So
yeah,
I'm like, okay, I'm trying to listen and really get what he's trying to say.
right.
But yeah, I was like, okay. Because his cousin did the same thing, because he was like, okay, my cousin's a woman or whatever. And I'm like,
Hmm.
okay. But I like the part where they get to the part where they're at church and the pastor is like talking about how it's wrong and like his cousin is the reason why the world is like damned and like like
Hmm.
and he was just kind of like, well, you're a hypocrite for
Hmm.
trying to judge somebody else and pull them apart like that.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So I was like, this is interesting. I definitely can't wait to hear what you and Larry had to say about this because I was like,
This
this one was interesting to me.
this one, and I believe it might be Mother. I sober. Were really like impactful and rough. Like Auntie Diaries, I listened to it multiple times in a row. Um,
Yeah.
like multiple times. Hold on.
Hmm.
I'm gonna pause this little thing real quick. Like I just
Okay.
have to confirm that this is what I. Goodness gracious. I'm trying to hear the beat so I can remember parts of the song. Just real quick. The earliest big social, big personality. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, okay. So, who we? Yeah, it was that Larry again.
Yeah. He said he won't let him because his phone keeps dying.
Won't
I'm
let him
like,
hit.
ah.
Win. Won't let him win. Yeah. But I really feel like with this song and with this record, like he really is unpacking a whole lot of like because I immediately there we go. I thought of my cousin, right? So I have a cousin. I have two cousins and they were really cool. Like they ran a movie theater together and everything.
Oh
Well, like
wow.
that you couldn't go anywhere without seeing them not together. Well, the other cousin was actually gay and he didn't know it. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know he was gay. And then not on top of him being gay, he actually ended up transitioning and they
Hmm.
got into a whole
Okay.
like he disappeared for a while and then he came back to the house as a woman and they didn't have it. Like this is on my grandfather's side of the family. Like they wasn't having it.
Hmm.
Like they got into a whole fight in the yard, and then he got kicked out, and then like he had to leave, and then he left. And I don't know what happened to that cousin. Nobody knows. I think my mom, and she said she seen him one time. Uh, like when was that? When did she say she seen him? She seen him. She seen him like 1 year, like in the mall. Like she seen him and she knew it was him. And my thing is like,
Wow.
I'm like, why are we like this? I'm like, why are we this judgmental? Like I was a kid then. I was a kid then. They're grown. Like he's like 50. Okay,
Oh wow.
these people are all like 50 plus years of age, and I'm like, why are we like this as a culture to where we're kicking people out of our family? Like, I'm never going to say, let's kick that person out of our family unless big unless you are doing something that, like, you murder someone, you've um you've hurt another individual. I'm just gonna leave it right there without saying all those other words.
Yeah.
You guys,
Right.
get where I'm going. Like,
Hmm.
if you're one of those people, you know what I'm saying, or you've done something that's like just really sick, you know what I'm saying. All right, cool. You gotta go. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
I
you
feel
gotta
you
go.
on that.
But other than that, you can still rock because y'all ain't perfect. Ain't none of us. You know,
Right. That's the
like,
whole
none of
point.
us. And
Exactly.
this person is bold enough to say, "I'm gonna live my truth and live it." You know what I'm saying? Like, cool. That's who you are. Cool. I can live with that. I can deal with that. Um, what I wanted to say on this point, which might be a little controversial, So, hey,
Okay.
if you're sensitive, brace yourself. Brace yourself. This might be a little controversial. So with dating apps, right? With dating apps, my problem with dating apps is not uh is not like in the women's section, right? My problem isn't there's trans women in the women's section. No, that makes
Hmm.
sense because
Right. Yeah.
there's only two options. You're either man
Right.
or you're woman. If you're a trans woman, that's how you identify. Cool. I can live with you being there, and there's not even that many of y'all really like on there. It's just a bunch of
Yeah.
women. There's not that many of y'all. It is what it is. There's not that many of y'all. So it's not bad. It's cool. It's cool. I can live with that. You know what I'm saying? However,
Hmm.
what I do not like is men that identify as men being in the women's section. I think that's very
No.
disingenuous, and I think they you're constantly setting yourself up for failure, and you're chasing after something that does not actually want you. You know,
Yeah. Okay. I
because
can kind of agree with that.
that's how you
If you
end up.
identify as male, shouldn't you be in the male section? Like it would be
Yeah,
different if you weren't. Like, yeah, I identify as a woman. That's why I'm on the women's side. Okay, that makes sense. But if you
mhm,
don't, but you're still in the women's section, that's weird. I agree with that.
yeah, yeah, and that's where my issue begins and ends. That's my only main issue with dating apps is you have men that identify as men in the women's section.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
nah. If you're male but you're gay, then you should just be on the male side and identify as gay. Like that's what
yeah,
you should be
until you can find someone
doing.
that actually wants you and will actually love you. Nobody that you find over there actually wants you and loves you. You're either an experiment for them, or they're just gonna keep you on the DL, and you're just their little like toy on the weekend or whatever they call
Oh
you.
my
Like,
gosh.
no, I'm just saying. I've heard way worse. You know what I'm saying? Of like from like um people. So
Yeah,
just
I'm
I said
sure.
that to say, like, go where you're wanted, go where you're loved. Like, that's like, yo, I'm a black person. I keep going to the KKK rallies. What's wrong with you? There's nothing there for you. They don't like you.
That's true.
It's right there. KK. It's right there. Why are you there? Leave. Leave.
I'm sorry. I feel that. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
you can apply that to any scenario of anything to where you shouldn't be. Like,
yeah.
if those people do not love you, want you, or appreciate you in that area, leave it. Go to where you are wanted. Go to where
I
you are
mean, I
loved.
feel like that. I agree because I feel like the app is designed that way because of that. They are aware that there are people that are male seeking males. Okay, they know that, and they know that there's female seeking females. That's exactly why the app is set up the way that it is. So I just don't
Hmm.
understand why people don't follow that. I just think that's common sense, but whatever. I don't
Yeah.
know. But yeah, so I thought Auntie Dairies was interesting because of how Kendrick is talking about how he grew up like looking at this, and he's like, no, we never looked at it as weird. We just kind of were like, okay, like this is who she is, like whatever. or or who he is. So I'm like, okay, that makes sense. Either way, when speaking of his cousin or his aunt, or uncle. So yeah, it's like even hard to talk about because you gotta like switch the gender pronouns and stuff. It's like
Mm-hmm.
okay, but I have a lot of people who have not they're not transgender, but they identify as gay. So I'm like okay, yeah, like and I don't know, like I've heard that a lot, and I know that happens a lot in people's families where they reject the person because of their sexual orientation,
Mm-hmm.
and it breaks my heart because it's already hard enough. They have the whole world. A lot of people are against them already, and of course, the first people you're supposed to go to is your family. And when they start doing all this crazy stuff, oh, and I think Kendrick was mentioning. I don't know if this was the same song or if this is the same person. Was he
Mm-hmm.
talking about this? But he was talking about his cousin. Like somebody was asking if his cousin was molesting him. I don't know if that's the
Oh,
same cousin.
that's mother. That's mother. I
Yeah.
heard.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
I knew I was mixing that up. Okay.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
gonna say
Both.
because I was like,
It's
hold on
so
a
easy to
minute.
mix those two up. It's real easy.